part two of recovery process. And as I was saying, I was talking about the food part, upping your calories and taking it slow so your mind and body can heal as one and not separate, not like getting the physical part over and then dealing with the mental stuff. I don't believe that. Like a lot of inpatient treatment facilities believe that we'll work on the mind stuff as soon as you get physically better. Yeah, you do need to be physically better to deal with a lot of the emotional stuff. But I don't believe in setting that aside because I believe that the mental stuff is the first stuff that you need to deal with. Since it's the primary reason that we have an eating disorder is our minds are sick. So, um, that's what I recommend is slowly upping your calorie intake and doing it for yourself, because you'll never fully recover if it's for somebody else, to please somebody else, or just to gain weight. The problems will always still be there. They'll be buried deep inside, and life can't progress. You won't ever be happy that way. I found that out pretty fast through my other recovery processes, and I relapsed badly those times. So, sorry, as I said, I'm really sick, but and my thinking's a little clouded. So if I seem just kind of monotone and just kind of spacey, I'm trying to do the best as I can. But I just thought I should do this to get this out there because I know a lot of people who are just now coming into recovery and need some advice on how I did it and what's the best way to do it. And it's just like how do you break free from that eating disorder that sort of feels like your friend because it's the way you've coped your whole life with emotion and stress and just things in your life. But there is a way, and I'm hopefully shedding some light on that. There is a way, and it's not just physical, it's mental, emotional, spiritual, as I said. But nutrition is a very big part of the physical part. In recovery, your body is, or in your eating disorder, your body is preparing to shut down every time you starve, binge, and purge and just do destructive things to your body. Your body is undergoing an immense amount of stress, and when you refeed and you just start refeeding it super fast, your body super fast with non-nutritional foods to just gain the weight and say, yeah, I'm recovered to everybody, your body will reject it and it will cause for a relapse, of course, mentally, because your body can't handle being shocked so suddenly with that amount of food, and your body needs time to heal. It's a long process, definitely with the physical part and of course the mental part and every other part, but it is very, very, very long process. My body is still not healed from my eating disorder, which I've been pretty much in recovery for about a year now. My body is still regaining strength, and my reproductive system is the one that took the beat with my eating disorder a lot. And some people have different kinds of symptoms, different kinds of consequences that they deal with more so. Some people have heart problems later on. I have reproductive systems problems now, and it's just something that you will have to deal with. And these symptoms are very real with an eating disorder. But your body needs to heal, and the only way it can heal is feeding your body very healing, nutritious food. And I thought it was just like, oh, okay, you eat and you will be physically better, but that's not the case. Your body needs the nutrition and the right amount of fat in your body, protein, good carbohydrates, vitamins, minerals. So I started with a plan. I sat down and made myself a reasonable plan every week of a certain amount of calories, um, and adding 100 calories to each week. Um, so I would calculate my calories, even though sometimes calculating your calories can be triggering for some people, but this is what worked best for me. Is I'm not too triggered by numbers, but I know some people out there are, so I won't even mention how many calories I used to be eating because it was a low vicinity, it was a low amount, and I'm just not going to mention that because there could be people watching that want to learn tips, tricks for an eating disorder. I just don't want to feed into any of that. So, yeah. But anyways, um, so you got to sit down and come up with a meal plan. If you don't have a therapist, like I didn't have a therapist or a nutritionist, you have to really work on this yourself. Even if you do have a therapist and a nutritionist, you've got to do the work too. They can't just sit there and do all the work for you and everything. You've got to make decisions. You've got to make choices of what you're going to do that day. Every day you wake up is a choice. Are you going to choose life or death today? Or are you going to hurt yourself today? Or are you going to love yourself? So it's an everyday choice, and this is a choice. This eating disorder is a choice. Even though it feels like it's controlling you, you have the ultimate control. We all have the ultimate control in our lives. So you have to take back what it took from you, and you have to feed your body, because your body um, is just one body. We have this one body, this one life, so that we will never be able to get back. So this is all we have, and why not enjoy life? Why not enjoy food? And not be scared of food, because food was given to us by God to nourish our bodies so that we may go out and serve and live out our purpose. That's what life's about. It's not about being thin, and it's not about staying in a miserable state. It's about enjoying life. But so your body definitely, as I said, I'm sure some people, when I said your body needs good fat, some people might be scared of that, but that's what I started having to feed my body more and more of as I was going through my meal plan, because my brain and my whole body was just so depleted of fat. And when you don't have fat in your body, the right amount of fat, you can't think properly, and your body goes under immense amount of stress, and it will start eating the organs in your body. Your body will start to feed off of itself if you don't have enough good fat and enough cushion, and because every organ in your body is surrounded by fatty tissue and fat also helps keep our body warm, and it helps us think clearly and just do everyday activities. So we have to have good fat on our body, and a lot of people don't like to hear that word, but our body needs it to function. It's not a bad thing to have fat. To have fat means you're healthy, and healthy is beautiful. It doesn't mean fat, and that's something else that I had to reprogram my mind to think, that healthy does not mean fat. That was something that was rampant through my mind all the time when I started getting compliments of people saying, "Oh my God, you look so healthy now." It's automatically in my head, healthy equals fat. That's not true. It equaled that to me because I wanted to stay thin. I wanted to stay in my eating disorder, and my eating disorder is not like healthy. My eating disorder wants emaciated and dead. But think about that. That doesn't sound right. That's sick. That's sick thinking. So you definitely have to reprogram your mind and stay positive about things while you're on your meal plan. And um, the more and more you feed your body nutritious food, the more and more you feel better. The more you can start, your mind starts healing, everything starts healing because you can see things clear. So food is definitely a big, important thing with recovery, but it's not the only part of recovery. But I'm gonna make a part 3, so stay tuned.